Well, what a way to wake up on the right side of our beds with the fans of Man United. One of the most convincing wins that had everything you would want to call in for a play of Man United to obviously put up onto the field of play. If you talk about resiliency, we are resilient. Intensity was really great. Talk of the intensity, take off the mentality, not knowing that it's the same old thing that's going to hit happen to the club of Man United, because we have very many nightmares this season that would have gone hit to see it that those minds of players would have gone hit to revert to what has been happening with the club of Man United in the previous games. But the players were like, we need to raise up to the occasion, put up a shift, and the rest should be history onto Old Trafford. And what a way went ahead to end that very long winless, very long journey of us not really winning the game of football, because we last won the game of football in the Premier League against Everton. But the recent games have not gone ahead, obviously, coming through to get us the better results. So much like button, comment, and share. It was Harry Maguire scoring the first half, joined by Bruno Fernandes, who scored a penalty, and then Bruno went ahead to score a very beautiful goal outside the 10 box area, and then he went ahead to put in a shift to obviously create a goal for Rasmus Hojlund, to see to it that Rasmus Hojlund takes his tally to 8 goals this season. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Continue to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. This is Aradi, and here I come in peace to obviously have a one-on-one with you. And after this video, I think the next 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to be launching a live stream to obviously see what is happening in the camp of Man United. Another youngster went ahead to get his debut, that is Ethan Joseph Whitley. There is something good that Bruno told him that is going to excite me. I think we are going to be having an action-packed video here right about now. So let's start it off with the player ratings, and I'll call in for 300 likes to be smashed onto this video. Let's go into the player ratings, right? Let's start with the goalkeeper. Andre Onana made a very bad mistake that led us to conceding the first goal, right? Second goal, Eriksen and the central defense never really looked up well, but I think I give him a 6.5 out of 10 because he put in a show. And I think his distribution was on point. He was really doing everything right, according to me. So that is the man himself, who goes by names of Andre Onana. His ball distribution was really on point. I've gone ahead to people say he has gone ahead to make another mistake, but ask yourself, how many games had he taken without making a mistake? By the time he came into the club of Man United, that was it was like his second him that you expect Andre Onana to really make a huge mistake, but he didn't make any in the previous games. He has been our savior. No goalkeeper in the world has gone ahead to face shots like those that Andre Onana has gone ahead to face, close to 500 shots in a season. That is really very, very horrible. And I think he's growing into the game, and we just need to see to it that he gets a constant back four, all central defense. Then we go to Diego Dallo. I won't talk about him a lot, but Statement Dave has gone ahead obviously put up my talking in a nutshell in what we call Diego Dallo's game by numbers versus Sheffield. 100% dribbles completed, 92% passing accuracy, 66 passes. Sorry about that. 66 passes completed, 3 chances created, 3 out of 3 tackles won, 1 big chance created. That is Diego Dallo, and I give him a 7.5 out of 10. He was really giving. And though yesterday, I never saw him really put in very many crosses in the 18 box area, I know the reason. He was being played as a left back, and that his effectiveness and his end product of the game is affected every time he's being played as a left back, because the only thing he can do is to really shoot at goal. And you saw to it that at the beginning of the game, in like 1 minute, he had a very good shot at goal that forced the goalkeeper of Sheffield to make a world-class save. He went ahead, obviously fly, tipped it over the bar, hence a corner came in through in favor of Man United. And that pass for the Hojlund goal, you remember that pass? go ahead and really rewatch that goal of Rasmus Hojlund before Bruno Fernandes lays into that last ball that acted as an assist for that goal. Drought inverted into the midfield and went ahead, obviously chip that ball. It was like a lift pass. He lifted that pass very well to Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno went ahead to really look on his left, read the run of Rasmus Hojlund, bang into the back of the net to make it 4-2. And we all knew to it that this time round, no downing tools in the dying minutes of the game. So I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Remember, he had a secondary assist in this game. In the game of Coventry, he registered an assist. That is Diego Dalot for you. He's really doing big things and is putting in a shift that we need to come out here and really give him his flowers for. Let's go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka is a little bit confusing, but yesterday I think he did what he had to do. He did what he had to do as a player, and I cannot come here and really slate him for what he never did. He did what he had to do as a player, and I tell you what, he's enjoying his last days at the club of Man United. As I told you in the match reaction, that I don't see him really coming in through to staying at the club of Man United. He's really going out of this club, and I think he tops the list of those players that are going to leave the club of Man United, because you need a better ball-playing player to really see to it that you have 4 outlets. What do I talk about? Why do I talk about 4 outlets? When I talk about the left forward and the right forward, those are 2 outlets. When I'm talking about the other 2, it's the left back and right back. That's why you saw to it that if Luke Shaw or Malacia is playing on the left back and Dalot playing on the right back, you see to it that we can have very many chances of really scoring goals, because Luke Shaw or Malacia will try to obviously create overloads into the final third on the left, side, the left final third. The same applies to Dalot creating that. But yesterday, we only had Dalot trying to obviously do the needful. And I tell you what, if we had the the right side also acting like how Dalot was acting, then the club of Man United have gone ahead obviously kill off very many games. So we still have a lot lacking. That's why Bissaka needs to be shown the exit door. And I get him a 6 out of 10 for me. Into the central defense, let's talk about Casemiro. I'm this kind of person who is really still skeptical, and I'm not going ahead to make a final decision on whether Casemiro should go or leave. One of the reasons that I think Casemiro should stay is his versatility. See how I was going to play in that central defense of Man United for the previous 2 games. Against Coventry, he was really great, though he went ahead to miss out on a penalty. But yesterday, he was a Rolls Royce into that central defense. He really played very well. And what was his game by numbers? 109 passes completed by Casemiro, 100 L duels won, 13 out of 21 passes completed, 3 out of 4 tackles won, 2 interceptions, 1 clearance. That is Casemiro for you. And for me, I get him a 7.5 out of 10 for his activity into the central defense. Because coming in through to act like a patch, because he's not part of a central defense system. That is it. Last season, I think he played in the central defense, I think twice. In the FA Cup final, when the manager brought on, I think, Fred to play into that team, And there is a game, it was in the Carabao Cup, when returned from the World Cup, when he obviously played as a centre-back. But you saw his composure and how composed he is as a player. So, I think he's a good player. And I think he's one of those that maybe the board will be looking and say, all right, let's give him one more season. And I think the likes of Kobe Mainoo need his experience. The Dangos of this world, they need to grow around with him, because even if you sell Casemiro, you aren't going to get huge man out of him. So what you have to really have with him is simple. Keep him around to see to it that he trains Kobe Mainoo to do the job, because Eriksen is going to be leaving and we need a little bit of experience into that CDM area. That's why I believe that Casemiro needs to be at the club of Man United. Though if at all he's sold and we get in another CDM, better. But I don't want us to be experiencing problems that Man City are experiencing right now. You bring in Rodri, and he's acting as the understudy of Fernandinho. Fernandinho lectures him into what he's supposed to be doing, and then Fernandinho leaves. When Fernandinho left, look at how they're really struggling with players. Very many players have gone ahead to come in through there, and they're failing to pick up. Calvin Phillips has failed to pick up. Kovacic, I don't think he will. Matthias Nunes is promising, so we wait and see how that's going to pan out. But I believe Casemiro can match the levels of players, and I think can get us one beautiful more season. He signed for 5 years, right, at the club of Man United. And this is his second season. Can we keep him for one more year and then sell him off the next season? I think it will be very giving. There will be a very huge opportunity for him, because I think next season United will be in a better shape to really see him thrive and maybe get some good amount of money from him. That is it. So I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Harry Maguire, 2 consecutive games, he has been on target and really scoring those goals. This is why I used to obviously blame him that he wins very many aerial duels in the set piece actions or set plays for Man United, but he doesn't really get us the beautiful end product. But with him scoring those goals, you believe that United are really trying to work something great for him, and is using his height to really have meaning into the set pieces. And yesterday went ahead to obviously get in another goal. Harry Maguire's game by numbers versus Sheffield: 100% L duels won, 100% ground duels won, 100% tackles won, 92 passes completed, 91% passing accuracy, 1 penalty won, 1 goal. That is Harry Maguire for you. By the way, I had forgotten that he's the man who won us a penalty. Although a ball had gone ahead to cross the line, Harry Maguire was brought down. The referee said, no, Dallo, it's not your goal. Let's obviously see a penalty going in through. I was a little bit nervy, because if you ask me to give me a penalty and to count the already gone in goal that's going to cross the line, I tell you, get me that goal, because a penalty can really fail to go in. So that is it for Harry Maguire. That means he had a goal and an assist for himself yesterday. Very big player. 8.5 out of 10 for me. That's what Harry Maguire is getting. And now, for everyone who thinks that I hate Maguire, go ahead and really look at my player ratings that I've gone ahead to be giving him in the previous games that he has gone ahead to feature. He's been looking good. He's looking good, though that doesn't make him a player to stay. Although I believe Lindelof and Varane might be the 2 central defenders leaving the club of Man United, because Harry Maguire is really putting in a very huge shift. I tell you, he's scoring goals for fun, and he's really putting in huge performances, meaning that all what we are talking about when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here, that it was wrong to give him the captaincy, was bad. And it has gone ahead to prove, it has gone ahead to be proven this season that when Erik ten Hag went ahead to take off the captaincy of him, Harry Maguire has turned out to look the Harry Maguire that we went in for. So sometimes we need to listen to us, because we have narratives that people might undermine. But as I've always told you, the time is the best judge, and the end justifies it all. At the end, what has gone ahead to be shown? The man is playing well ever since they took that armband off him. That is the most important bit of it all. So Harry Maguire, 8.5 out of 10. That is it. We go to the midfield. Kobe Mainoo obviously played as the CDM, and Eriksen played as the number 8. But Kobe Mainoo, exquisite player. Talking of class, talking of what, he's a very good player. I was on a certain live there on the Rokani Media Football. A question was asked about Bukayo Saka, Kyle Palmer, and Foden. I told them that I think Palmer has a higher ceiling than all of those. And people were like, how do you compare a player? How do you say that Palmer is better than all those 2 players? I told them, look at Kobe Mainoo, is the reference I gave them. Kobe Mainoo can start in any team in the world, but he's just 18. He hasn't even played a full season, because he commenced playing for Man United in November last year. But if you know what class is, you don't need to watch a player for 2-3 seasons, because for Saka, he has played like 6 seasons at Arsenal. He was here since Unai Emery. I think he was there for 2 years, 6 seasons. But has he gone ahead to reach the milestone that Kyle Palmer has gone ahead to reach? The answer is no. You get? And do you know how many assists Kyle Palmer has gone ahead to give to Nicholas Jackson that Nicholas Jackson has failed to convert? that would have gone ahead to see to it that he also has close to 20 assists in a season. The guy has 10 assists in the Premier League and 21 goals. That is Carl Palmer. You get? So those are things that are really unreal. And if someone does it in his debut season, it just shows you that he's really great. And he's performing in a team that is really looking very bad. But he lifts that team up every time. Now, let's go to Kobe Mainoo's game by numbers. Kobe Mainoo, 100% dribbles completed, 91 passing accuracy, 39 passes completed, 6 out of 8 duels won, 3 dribbles, 1 assist. That is Kobe Mainoo for you, and he really looked a player of good class. That assist for the Bruno Fernandes goal was really great, and he grabbed his first ever Premier League assist. By the way, in this game, he would have gone ahead to get in close to 3 or 4 assists. I remember he released Bruno Fernandes twice or thrice, and Bruno really messed around. But Kobe Mainoo was the guy. He was really doing things that are really great. And I really loved what he went ahead to put up as a player into that game. So for me, I'm really excited. Eriksen, oh my God. I think he shouldn't be at Man United. That is it. I'm sorry to say, I loved the player in him, but I think the more time, Erik ten Hag is going to hate obviously see to it that he doesn't really get him the starting 11 of Man United, and sometimes doesn't even get him off the bench. It has gone ahead to really affect his form. But passing wise is okay. You know, he's a press resistant player, but the problem is when we lose the ball, that's where the party starts. You know, we are always porous every time you're playing with him. You understand? 6 out of 10 for me for Eriksen. We go to Bruno Fernandes Borges. Right? We go to Bruno Fernandes Borges, a man who went ahead, obviously put in a shift yesterday and really led United to the triumph that we had taken long without seeing. Now, Bruno Fernandes, 31 out of 41 final passes completed. That is good about him. I talked about it in the match reaction that you need a Bruno Fernandes to compose himself and be calm. That is it. 9 chances created, 5 crosses completed, 5 shots at goal, 2 crossed the line, 4 tackles, 2 big chances created, 2 goals and 1 assist. That is the Portuguese magnifico. That is Bruno Fernandes. And nothing else to say about him. That's what I want to see Bruno doing. You know, shoot when you believe that you're supposed to shoot. You get? Don't shoot anyhowly. That is the problem with him. He just shoots anyhowly. But in the previous 2 games that have gone ahead, obviously, be happening at the club of Man United, he has been really playing as a Bruno I really want to. That's the number 10 I want to see. I want to see the number 10 that gives me control, a number 10 that really looks out for his number 9. And you remember in the game of Coventry City, Bruno looked out for Rasmus Hojlund, but Rasmus Hojlund got that ball and lay to shoot. You know, second game in a row, Bruno is going to hit to look out for Rasmus Hojlund, and Hojlund is going to hit to put that ball into the back of the net. That was really beautiful about Bruno Fernandes, and I pray he continues to do that. I'm giving him a 9.2 out of 10. He is really a lad that has a lot to do into this beautiful game of football, and I just love everything he has gone to do. And we've been told that Bruno Fernandes has scored or assisted 24 goals this season, more than Martin Odegaard. Odegaard has 20 goals and assists. Kevin De Bruyne has 19. So in Europe, Bruno is topping the list. That is really great of him. But one thing he lacks is that control that he went ahead, obviously, put in the mix. So when you look at Anthony, oh, I had even forgotten Anthony. Sorry. Let's obviously talk about Anthony, but this is how bad Anthony looked on the night. You know, against a 20th place side in the Premier League, 83% passing accuracy, 6 ground duels lost, 2 times dribbled past, 0 shots on target, 0 assists, 0 goals. And he is really that kind of player that shouldn't be starting games for Man United. Erik ten Hag should go all out and give Diego Dallo a go. Diego Dallo deserves a start into the team of Man United. Let's all agree on this, guys. Diego Dallo is the man. Sorry, Amad Diallo deserves to start into the team of Man United. We go to Alejandro Garnacho, an assist. He was really a busybody and he really looked great. Now, for anyone who thinks that Rashford isn't the problem at one of the problems at Man United, you saw it yesterday. When he was out, what happened? We played very well. The team was pressing as a unit. No half presses were really seen, and we went ahead to put in a shift that everyone went ahead to admit that is really good. So for me, Garnacho, 8 out of 10. He was really going and giving. That was really great about him. This is why I don't want to see Marcus Rashford getting back in our team. I tell you this. He is a player that doesn't deserve to start. You know, that's why I want Garnacho to emulate himself better and better and better and better. And I want Garnacho to get in more goals because he went ahead to get in another assist. And he has gone ahead to obviously get or be the teenager in the Premier League with the most number of goal involvements this season. So he has gone ahead to obviously have his 4th assist of the Premier League, and he now has 11 goal contributions into the Premier League. And with 5 games to go, you know, we're having Arsenal, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Brighton, and which other side? Because we've gone ahead to play 34 games, right? Are they 34? 33, 34. Let me check here. Let me see how many games are we left with. We are left with how many games? Burnley, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Brighton. So we are left with 5 games to go. I know Garnacho will get 3 goals, obviously cleaned, 10, and you never know, his assist will continue coming in through. And I liked his decision making yesterday. He really looked great. That's the beauty of Garnacho. I'm giving him an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 for me. He really looked good. And now we go to Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund, game by numbers versus Sheffield. 100% passes completed, 3 shots at goal, 2 shots on target, 1 key pass, 1 goal. The beauty of all the shots he had at goal were as a result of United finding him. That is it. It was a big positive, and if we continue to see to it that every game he averages 3 shots and he's being played in by his fellow players, then he can register a goal every game. He is that kind of lethal and clinical in front of goal. Rasmus Hojlund, 8 out of 10 for our number 9 to score from Anas coming in from Bruno Fernandes. Substitutes, Amad Diallo, exciting player. I just loved whatever went to put on the field of play, and I'm giving Amad Diallo an 8 out of 10 because of that calmness he gets us, telling the players that, no, please, calm down. This is Sheffield. We will really break them down. All you have to do is to knock that ball around and we move those bodies. And in the due course of moving bodies, we will find that line-breaking pass. And yes, we did, you know. And that is what Amad Diallo really gets you. 8 out of 10. We go to Amrabat, 6.5 out of 10. The other player that came on was Scott McTominay, 7 out of 10. There came another player who goes by the names of Whitley, the youngster. And for that youngster, 8 out of 10. And Bruno told him that, please, this is Man United. I have 9 minutes to obviously get you an assist for you to get a goal. That is what a mentality we want at the club of Man United. And that is the beautiful side. Those are the 4 subs that came in through for Erik ten Hag. 8 out of 10 for me. And my man of the match is none other than Bruno Fernandes. So go into the comment section and tell me, who is your man of the match? I tell you this, tell me your man of the match. My man of the match is Bruno Fernandes, right? Who is your man of the match? 2 goals and an assist. Really great. Very, very great play. Very, very good play for Man United. And Bruno Fernandes is really getting into that form that we've always want to see him in. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm returning with a lot coming in from the camp of Man United. And today I tell from today onwards, 5 videos are going to be loading onto the screen with 1 or 2 streams in there for you. I'm out.